Hello and welcome everyone back to some Super Mario Odyssey and 80% League action here at GSA. We've got Chaospringle versus Dansta. I am Scotch Guy. You can call me Scotch. Excited about this one. Both these individuals doing pretty well so far. See the leaderboard there. Mitch with the no losing streak. All wins across the board. Stravos has 2. Chaos wanting to take the win here to bump him up into second and maybe even first place, depending on how many points he can grab. Dansta down there near the middle, though, needs some more wins. He's looking at 2 losses right now. A third will bump him a little bit further down. But depending on how Tyler Tech does with his race later. But right now, we've got these 2 individuals up and running. Daylight savings time is ready to go. A couple quick plugs. Exclamation point scheduled to see the full schedule of everything the GSA has going on. SM64, Celeste, that Super Mario Maker 2 in full swing. Exclamation point bracket to see where all your favorite runners are at, who they have to go up against in the future, and where they're at points wise. Points are that's the big thing here. You know, you can take as many wins or as many losses, but it comes down to points at the end of the day. Exclamation point merch. Check out the merch. Shirts and hoodies, fresh, clean looks. Exclamation point YT and exclamation point YouTube for the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe. All clips, all reruns are there. If you missed a run or if you just want to rewatch a run, it is all there for you to see. And of course, last but not least, exclamation point Onyx. Sign up to get some Onyx points. I got 1 point today, which is kind of unfortunate, but working my way for that 500 points, I get a free sub. If you get that free sub, we would love it if you used it here at GSA. Dansta. A little bit slow there. Chaos going to be able to take the lead there. But with some good movement, Dansta catching up. And we are tied up heading in to our topper fight. Left side movement, of course. Good left side movement, and we're just about synced up with this fight. Chaos with the very, very, very slight lead. Heading into Cascade. Go back to Onyx. You get to play a free game. Golf Clash. It is fun, and you get more points if you play the game. So you get to that 500 point free sub area a little bit faster. So make sure to check that out. It's like Chaos is having a good time, maybe jamming out. Dansta in full focus, though. Into Cascade now. Very important here. And just like that, Dansta able to catch up by a frame or 2. It is synced up. I can't tell who's ahead. I mean, it's pretty much frame perfect right now, grabbing that first move here in Cascade. Dansta showing that he can stay right with Chaos in his movement. It is early. But again, pretty much frame perfect sync right there. It's gonna all come down to this movement here. Heading into the Madame Brutal fight, but still pretty much synced up. Dansta a little bit faster there with the Rex, though. Getting into this fight just a little bit earlier. Maybe grabbing that heart real quick. With that movement, Dansta losing maybe a frame or two. So Chaos able to catch up. We are back to being synced. Chaos with maybe the slight lead. Maybe Dansta. I can't tell. Well, it's all going to come down to the decision here. That chest clip. I suspect that both these guys will go for it. Both very high level runners. You only really see that chest clip not used amongst the slower crowd. That lower end of the league standings. And there you go. You see them both go straight for that chest clip. And minor mistakes there on Dansta's end. Just slightly slower. But Chaos not able to get that chest clip done. So Dansta a little bit more effective with the clip. And Chaos losing a little bit of time there. Heading out of Cascade. It's a second difference at this point between these two guys. Into sand. A lot can happen here. We are very early in this one, but already pretty exciting how they are matched up pretty much evenly. Again, Chaos really needing a win here to continue his streak and stay on Mitch's tail. Dansta needing the win to make his way up that league standing. Cannot start falling behind here. Going for this DSTA. We talk about it all the time, but a quick recap if you don't know what it is. Daylight Savings Time Abuse. It's called DSTA. And what they're going to do is they're going to head into this pipe after dropping that seed. And because of daylight savings time and the use of the clock in the switch, they're going to come out of here. And the computer is going to think that an hour has passed. And it takes 20 minutes in real time for a seed to grow. But again, the computer thinks that an hour has passed. So that seed is grown completely. Full bonk there on Chaos's side. Little shake of the head. Knows he made a mistake there. Good rollouts here. Good job targeting that spot. This dram coming up here, very important. Expect both of these guys to have no problem with it, but we have seen issues before. Dansta is good. Chaos is good as well. Going to be going for that one bill, of course. Gotta be quick about it. Dance is looking good. Chaos is looking good as well. And just having enough speed to get to that pillar. Chaos as well. So no problems here in the early mid section of sand. Dansta with a little bit weird of a throw. Uh-oh. And Dansta not able to get Jaxie skip. So Chaos will be grabbing the lead here. You can see it on Dansta's face. Not happy with that one. Really unfortunate. Dansta on a really good pace there. Finish up Sand, but now needing to make his way around and grab 4 more moons. He's just going to redo this Jaxie skip. Gets it the second try, but that wasted too much time. In the meantime, Chaos with a very nice notes. Dansta need to be quick about it now. This Chaos is heading on out of here into Lake. Heading out about 10:19, 10:20 on Chaos's side. Dance is looking like he's going to be about 30 seconds, 32 seconds behind. .32 is the number. Chaos, weird rollout, gets the headlight there. Nice movement. Gonna be setting up the late clip now. Chaos messes this up. Opportunity for Dansta to make up a considerable bit of that 32, 33 seconds that he has lost. Couple tries there on Chaos's side, but he's gonna get it. So only a little bit of time that Dansta could possibly make up here. Maybe 5, maybe 7 seconds if he gets it first try. Needs essentially a perfect setup. Oh, no, and he messes up the first try. He even looked a little shocked about that one because it looked like it was pretty solid. But messed that up, unfortunately, so not going to be making up any time. Going to probably be losing a little bit of time, actually. Yeah, so Dansta, unfortunately, gonna recap Sand Kingdom. Dansta missing Jaxie skip. Taking a death there, having to go all the way back to get those 4 moons. Chaos beginning to work on what seems to be about a 40 to 45 second lead now. And Chaos, quick swig from the gallon jug of water. Stay hydrated, folks. Heading now into Wooded. Gotta be careful here. Deep Woods is a threat. We've seen it a couple times in the past few weeks. These guys are going to need to be very careful. Really nice movement there up the waterfall on Chaos's side. He's scaling his way up, using that tree route. Dansta missing the bunny. Gonna be losing a little bit more time there now. So Chaos taking a little bit more of a lead. Working on nut clip. That clip is good. Be careful here, out of bounds. Really important. This movement right here, struggling with it. Opportunity for Dansta to make about 5 seconds right there, as long as he gets it first try. Not able to capitalize on Chaos's earlier mistake. Having difficulty setting up that lake clip. Only slight difficulty, not too bad. That might not work. And it won't. So Dansta, again, not able to capitalize on another mistake by Chaos. So Chaos getting away with that mistake again. Bonk from Dansta. Chaos having trouble with that movement there. Gonna be skipping that story moon. Not worrying about it at all. Dansta will be grabbing that, considering he did not get the nut clip. Or excuse me, he's gonna be doing a little bit of a different route here. Going for the side area early. Able to get that done. Needs to boost his confidence here, considering the mistakes that were made. Not a great bonk there on Dansta's side. Not happy about that one. Weird movement. So Dansta and Chaos having issues with that particular movement after the nut. They're taking a little bit of damage. I'm going to be grabbing the story moon. Dansta a little out of sorts here, as Chaos is in this side area now. Going to be finishing up real quick. Not able to get the triple jump off the pole. We're going to be setting up for it once again, and nearly falling off the edge. Will we see a flower road? We will not. Gets the triple jump after the third try. But definitely unfortunate to see the mistakes compiling on top of themselves. On Dansta's side, let's grab, not rolling out there on top of that shelf area. As Chaos heading towards Metro, but gonna detour into Cloud and Lost on the way. Dansta taking on Spewert due to the mishap with Nutclip. Several mistakes on Dance's side as we take on Bowser here. Needing to grab the Story Moon with the Piranha Plant and then the 3 moons to make up for the 4 moons that he was not grabbing due to missing the Nut Clip. But we'll be joining Chaos in the clouds as Chaos heads into Lost. Now, Chaos has been on a pretty good run. A couple early mistakes. Nothing big since. Lost has been known to be a deal breaker for runners, though. So Chaos needing to be careful here. A lot of poison everywhere. Not a whole lot of room to move. Chaos having no problems so far. Dansta taking on Bowser. First go around. Quick hat grab. Good to see. Chaos doing pretty good so far. Not perfect per se, but definitely enough to maintain his lead. Dansta. A couple more hits here on Bowser. He's done. He'll join Chaos into Lost as Chaos finishes it up. We're looking at essentially a Lost difference between these two guys. $22-18 from Chaos heading out of Lost. Get a good idea of how far Dansta is behind now. Chaos into Night Metro. Heading towards that Wiggler fight. A little bit of RNG involved there. Generally no problem for these guys, though. Haven't seen too many recycles of a Mecha Wiggler fight from anyone, really. Dansta having a pretty good Lost, all things considered. Finishing it up here now. Bonk. looking like about a minute and 40-second difference now. Chaos with the 22-18 out of Lost. Looking like about a 24-07-06 for Dansta. And this is a pre-recorded race, so our restreamer Milo has the ins and outs of this race ahead of time, give me a little bit of knowledge. I don't know too much, but the one thing I do know is that Dansta's video is about to cut out here, unfortunately, for just a minute. It will come back, but not before nearly taking a big old dive and able to save that in a big way. So fortunately we're able to see that, but that's where Dansta's video will cut out. Chaos finishing up Wiggler. Really nice Wiggler pattern on Chaos's side. He'll be happy with that. Really good RNG. Dansta's vid will be back in about a minute or two, based on what I've been told. But we'll watch Chaos as he makes his way through Day Metro. Getting very good RNG on Chaos' side with that Mecha Wiggler fight. The key thing with the Mecha Wiggler fight is the Mecha Wiggler, if it crosses over itself several times, it makes hitting the abdomen, those kind of segments, very difficult. Scoot clip from Chaos. Right hand over the left hand gets it done. But if the Mecha Wiggler crosses over itself, it makes it difficult to hit those segments. You can miss segments because of the way that the hitboxes work. So you can miss a couple on the way, having to take extra shots, but Chaos didn't have that problem, really. And Dansta is coming back as we speak. Chaos setting up for bullet building. Real quick, a little roulette. And Dansta also getting a very good pattern. Again, not crossing over itself, just right there in front of him, taking quick shots, getting it done. Chaos into the bullet building. All about cycles here. Looks good on Chaos's side. And just like that, he's done with bullet building. A little bit of a shrug there. We are getting close to the halfway mark. Chaos maintaining a pretty solid pace, actually. Into the top of this skyscraper now. Looks like he's heading for a swim, but he's going to avoid it. Targeting that lower section. Perfect shot. Two more. People's room. A lot of walking people from one area to another. Where are they walking to? I'm not sure. If anyone's got the answer to that, let me know. Dansta making his way over towards that bullet building. First, the roulette, of course. Chaos. A little shake of the hands real quick. Dansta. A little shock on the face. Kind of bewildered that he got that. Pat in the chest being like, whew, a little bit of a heart attack there. Nearly missing that, but grabbing a little piece of that parking meter, slowing him down significantly. Maintaining his momentum, grabs that bullet bill just fine. He'll be getting out of there unscathed. Chaos into the snow now. Pretty freezy. Need to avoid that water. It is cold. Need to avoid that hypothermia. Stay warm. Toad hiding over here. Not sure how he made his way over here. Maybe watched a little Bear Grylls and decided to make himself a snow fort. Anyway, we're grabbing a moon from him. Dansta getting close to finishing up Metro now. Chaos is knocking over those boxes. So neatly stacked. Whoever had to stack those, I feel bad for them. Chaos just not even caring. Dansta diving a little far out there. Heading on over for the people's room. But it's fine. No big deal. Chaos setting up for this snow clip. Not getting it. A little unfortunate there. And oh no, Dansta having several issues here in the people's room. Grabbing this second moon. A little distraught there on Dansta's side. Uh-oh, Weird died from Chaos. Will he recover? No, he will not. He will be taking a death. Really unfortunate that he got to watch that very slowly, having to redo this entire room. I mean, you can see it. Oh no, he's gonna take another death. Chaos. Really unfortunate here. Needing to kind of take his time now. Avoid making mistakes. You know, they're not used to doing this. He's not used to doing it this way because he's so used to the one way of getting this room done. So your muscle memory can kind of trick you. But Chaos, third try. Taking 2 deaths. You can see it on his expression that is the hand on the face. Not happy about that one. Dansta with a ton of time that he needs to make up. Can make up some time now. But Dansta has had a track record in this race of not capitalizing on mistakes made by Chaos. Dansta taking a ground pound when he shouldn't have. Making some mistakes of his own already. Dansta a little bit nicer with those boxes, not knocking over nearly as many, just the 2 or 3. Oh, and the bonk on Dansta's side. These guys, mistakes galore now. A little bit of spaghetti here in snow. Maybe just enough spaghetti to feed a family of 4. Dansta with the chest clip. Saving about a second. You can get this done first try. Make up about 20-25 seconds. Chaos. Snowdram. Just fine. Gets a good setup. Gets it done, and he's out of snow happily. Dansta going to be finishing up here. Side area, Shop Moon, and then his own Snowdram. Very close there with the Goomba. Nearly not getting that edge. Edges in this game, not very forgiving at all. As Dansta is finishing up here in snow, Chaos is in the sun here in Seaside Kingdom. Very nice movement along these cliffs so far. Quick little jaunt into that side area, ground pound to grab the moon. Dansta heading into this shop, talk to a couple of these fuzzy boys. They're all cozied up. Chaos having trouble. Not having great movement there. Grabbing a cheap. But Dansta, all eyes on this Snowdram. Oh my goodness. I mean, he was right there. That was just above, and you can even tell on Dansta's face that that was... Woo! He could have easily missed that. Oh, but he misses! Heading back to the Odyssey. Man, oh man. I mean, he just barely got that dram, and then he messes up going back the easier part of that movement. Really unfortunate there. Chaos getting ready to set up for a little cheap clip. Grabbing one more moon before doing so. Fantastic. Handing out. Or excuse me, is subbing. Yet again. Appreciate it, man. Fantastic. Great commentator. Love having him on the team. Appreciate it. And Dansta, quite unfortunate yet again. Bonking. Not having good movement along these cliffs. Chaos heading out of Seaside now as Dansta is just starting it. Looking at the last about 20 minutes of this run on Chaos's side. Get a better idea as he heads into Bowser's Kingdom. But potentially a very very good pace. Good movement on the salt pile. Can be tricky sometimes. Not too tricky for Chaos Dansta. He is a fish. Needing to avoid some seaweed. Chaos taking a little bit of damage from Spewer. It's going to be grabbing a heart real quick. Not able to grab that bean that was coming over towards him. Grabbing that heart just fine. Dansta heading over for cheap clip. Looks good, and it is. Needing to stay out of bounds, of course. Should be fine with that. Looks plenty out of bounds. Grabbing the moon at the same time. Skipping the Sphinx. Cast on Spirit going to be heading over to the side area real quick. Dansta heading on over to luncheon at the same time. Quite curious. Don't know if anyone in chat knows exactly what the soup is that these guys are trying to avoid. It's a pink soup. Not really sure of a soup that is that color. Maybe any chefs in here might know better than I do. Chaos grabbing a quick golden shrimp. Quick little bonk. Dansta. Salt movement upward. Gets it just fine this time. Dansta having trouble with that scaling movement here late, but gets that salt movement just fine. Had difficulty with the movement back to the Odyssey from that snow dram. Also having trouble with that first moon grab in Seaside. Forks room for Chaos. Swinging around just fine. Dansta take care of Spewart. Like he did a little bit more efficiently than Chaos. Still well behind. Not a whole lot of time left here for Dansta to make up. Chaos only making minor mistakes other than the 2 deaths in snow. These bros, they have pans. We call them pan bros. Dansta, quick movement here across the mountainside. Doing that just fine as well. Learning from his mistakes. Getting it done. Chaos. A couple more to go here in luncheon. And he'll be heading into Bowser's Kingdom. Before having a quick jaunt. Oh, Chaos. That one area, that one moon is a little bit more difficult than people think. I mean, that platform, that part of the mountainside is only big enough for Mario to really land on just so. Chaos. Finishing up luncheon now. Dansta. Into this Forks room. Forks is done, but Chaos is done with luncheon. Heading over now into a very ruined kingdom. Guarded by Big Bad Dragon. Not so bad, though. Dansta. Handbro giving him some difficulty. And this cheese block giving him some difficulty as well. The symbol of mistakes here on Dansta's side. See the frustration on his face. Taking a little bit of damage there. Not able to get the roll cancel out. We'll be grabbing an extra health here along with this moon. So we'll be taking up a little bit of his time. Chaos taking on this dragon now. Dansta targeting that moon very nicely. Gonna be getting close to finishing up luncheon now. As Chaos takes on this dragon, couple quick plugs for y'all. Exclamation point schedule for the full schedule of everything that GSA has going on. SM64, Super Mario 64 Celeste, Super Mario Maker 2, all in full swing. That is on a schedule, by the way, Super Mario Odyssey every Monday. Tuesday, we've got Task Tuesdays. All day Tuesday task videos for you. Wednesday, world record runs. Pretty cool stuff there. Thursday and Friday are all Super Mario 64. Saturday, Sunday are all Super Mario Maker 2. And Celeste sprinkled in there on Thursdays in the evening. So regularly scheduled events for y'all on that calendar. Dansta heading up into Ruined now. Exclamation point bracket to see where all your favorite runners are at and who they have to go up against, how many points they have. Points being the big thing here. Wins and losses aren't too much of a factor. Exclamation point merch for the merch. Shirts, hoodies, fresh, clean looks. Exclamation point YT and exclamation point YouTube for the YouTube channel. Clips, runs, reruns, all posted there. If you missed a run or if you just want to rewatch a run, make sure to subscribe. It's all there for you to see. Exclamation point Onyx for the Onyx. Free, easy way to get a free subscription to any Twitch channel that you would like. We would love it if you used it here at GSA. Of course, 500 Onyx points gets you a free sub, and you get a free you get to play a free fun game, Golf Clash. Easy way to get points. Make sure to check that out. Dansta missing the first ground pound. Chaos into Bowser's Kingdom now. Not sure that sub 100 is on the table. Especially with those 2 deaths in the snow. regardless, looking at a very nice pace. Again, Dansta running out of ways to make up time, taking a rotodisc to the back. Thought he had the strat down to 1 health. Needs to get these spikes out of this dragon's head. Otherwise, he could have taken a death there, but which you see very, very rarely. But can happen. Chaos grabbing some shards. Very good movement. Being very optimal about it as well. Hope you're happy about that one. By the way, September is in full swing. Discounted price for subscriptions. If you haven't gotten a subscription before and had the ability to use those emotes, make sure to check that out. We got a ton of great emotes. That new emote for Super Mario Maker 2, that 3-2-1 skip emote, is my favorite right now. But we do have a couple of cool emotes for Super Mario Odyssey. Little topper action. For topper gang, unfortunately we don't have any period. But we have topper first here on Chaos's side. Frustrate some people. And I don't know if we're going to be taking care of Harriet second. Really good Harriet fight from Chaos. Both of those Brutals are down. Next time he's going to see them is in the Mecha Brutal fight. Dansta going to be taking care of some shards as well. Not very optimal with these shards. Having a lot of trouble with this movement. Good ending there, though. Good question in chat. What kind of pace is Chaos looking at? If I were to suspect, it would be a high 100 or a 101, depending on how he's able to get this done. Taking on the Mecha Brutals now. Looking for that target acquired, getting all 4 Brutals without hitting the ground. Dansta taking care of Harriet right now. pretty good Harriet fight. Chaos needing one more ground pound for target acquired. And he does get it very nicely. Dansta working on Topper. And next time he'll see those two Brutals will also be his Mecha Brutal fight. Chaos done with Brutals altogether. As we do the cave skip in Moon Kingdom. Triple jump movement here over to the boxes for Dansta. Roll right into this pipe real quick. There's some camera angle there from Dansta. Trusting where he was at. Pretty solid movement there with the Pokio. Chaos heading for the moon now. Looking at a 101 on Chaos's side. Even if he has a pretty quick Bowser fight, Moon, and ending. Still looking at probably a 101. Maybe even a 102 here on Chaos's side. It's going to be close. Nice cave skip there from Chaos. Dansta getting target acquired. He is done. And we'll be following Chaos into the Moon Kingdom. Chaos is fighting Bowser for the second time. And we'll be heading into this final bit of the game. Good couple of punches there from Chaos. Need to avoid Bowser's flames. Certainly just fine. Yeah, quick hits. I don't know if anyone has discussed this before, but as much as Bowser is the enemy, I do like his hair. And now that I think about it, I think I think a lot about Danger's haircut. And I'm wondering if Danger's copied his haircut and style from Bowser, or if it was the other way around. Need a confirmation on this. Dansta. Real quick rollouts here on the moon. Chaos. And just finishing up the game. Not going to be getting that sub-hour, unfortunately. Again, looking more at a 101. For this 2D skip. Pretty simple, everyone does it now. Dansta heading into the Bowser fight. And Chaos has the potential for a 100. These pillars have to be very, very quick, though. He's got 55 seconds on the clock to get a 100. It is possible, but it's going to be close. First pillar is good. Taking early shots on that third pillar. Both of them should hit, and they will. One miss that I can see so far. As long as he gets this last pillar down just fine, he will secure a 100. Looking at a 1:00:05. 1:00:51 from Chaos, clutching the sub 101. Had he not taken those deaths, that might have been on sub 1 hour pace. But the deaths in snow accumulated up to about 20-25 seconds. Dansta finishing up this Bowser fight. Couple more swings, and he's done, and he's entering into the final scene. Dansta making his way to this 2D section. Can secure himself some points as long as he finishes his up within the next. Looks like he should be finishing up here around a 1:03:30. So about 2 minutes behind Chaos. A little bit of trouble there with the blocks, the bricks there in that 2D section. Having some more trouble with the blocks here in this 3D section. As long as he gets this done quick, he can secure himself a 1:03:30 and get himself a good amount of points. Good shots there on the first pillar. No early shots on that third pillar. Going straight for that second one. Those rolling rocks that are coming down from the sky. Fireballs there. Looks like that he will be finishing up with 1:03. And it will be a 34, 35, 1:03:35 for Dansta, securing himself some points, like I said. But we are done here. Unfortunately, these were pre-recorded. We will be back very, very soon with some more Super Mario Odyssey action. We've got Tyler Tech versus Turn. Turn, the man who's got that race record right now. So Tyler has some big shoes to fill and it has to be repaired. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with some more action. I'm Scotch and Tie Guy. I'll be back as well in the commentary booth, so I will see you back here in just a moment.